How to plan well for your retirement. A statistic shows that 70% of the Malaysians outlive their retirement fund. Retirement seems to be a far goal to be achieved for most of the Malaysians. So, how can we make sure we are prepared well for our retirement? Hi, my name is Eva Wong and I'm a wealth coach who teaches people how to manage their finances better so that they can retire early. Over the past 10 years, I have built my own investment assets which are now able to generate consistent 5-figure passive income. Hence, after quitting my full-time job a few years back, I'm now fully focused on my own financial management and sharing with more people on financial management topic. I shall be consistently sharing more videos on this topic, specifically on early retirement on the YouTube channel. If you are interested on the topic, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell button so that you will be notified on my upcoming video uploads. When the retirement topic is raised, people always think that it is just too early to plan for retirement. Most of the conversation pertaining to personal finance are normally related to how to increase income, how I can reduce my debt. You can see most Malaysians don't seem to prioritize their retirement planning. And trust me, it is never too early to plan. The earlier you plan, you can have more buffers for any correction on the plan. As you know, anything can go wrong. If you fail to plan, you are actually planning to fail. To start to plan well for our retirement, we begin with end in mind. When we retire, there is no longer any active income coming in. So, we actually need a huge retirement sum to fund our ongoing retirement early expenses. Again, how much is the retirement sum required? There are quite a number of information to compute the retirement sum. So to save your hassle, I've included an Excel worksheet to help you to calculate the final figure. You can just download the worksheet at the description below. Okay, let's get started. This is the worksheet that I will be using to calculate the retirement fund needed. You will see two colors on this worksheet. Please do not change the green color cells because they have formulas. Only fill out the yellow colored cells. First, we need to understand how long we have until we reach our retirement age. Let's say one starts to plan for retirement at the age of 30, you just key in 30 as the current age. Then, what will be the desired retirement age? Let's say 60, you will key in 60 as the desired retirement age. You shall see now the number of years to retirement is calculated automatically. Then, we are looking to put in various rates, including the inflation rate and the investment rate of return. I'm just going to use the general published figure for the inflation rate in Malaysia. Look at this. Generally, the average published inflation rate in Malaysia is 3%, so feel free to use other rate if you want to. Then now, we will key in the investment rate of return. I normally use 6% as the average investment rate of return. 6% is the normal average return we use if we invest in the mutual funds. So I prefer to use this as this number is quite conservative. If you are a more aggressive investor, feel free to use higher rate of return. If you do not invest, then probably you need to key in a lower rate of return. Now you will see the adjusted rate of return being calculated automatically. What is this adjusted rate of return? It is actually the net investment return after considering the inflation rate. As you know, inflation is killing our wealth and the investment is growing our wealth. When we have these two forces, we cannot use either of it to compute the retirement figure. We are adjusting it. If the adjusted figure is 3%, it means that our net investment return is 3% after considering the inflation. This net return will be used to fund the retirement yearly expenses since there is no longer any more active income during the retirement period. So the retirement sum is calculated using this formula here. The yearly retirement expenses divided by the adjusted investment rate of return. Next, we will key in the monthly retirement expenses. This is another assumption that we need to make again. We just consider our total spending on our food, transport, utility and other expenses which we think we will spend during our retirement period. do not include the housing loan commitment because by the time of retirement, we should have finished paying off our debts. Let's assume it is 4,000 for this example here. You will see the following three figures are being calculated automatically. So, based on the data key in, the retirement fund now is 4 million. Now, we know that we need 4 million. How are we going to achieve this figure so that we can retire well? The last information we need to key in will be the current investment value. Let's say, currently we have 100,000 in our investment account. So, this will be the figure we put in. It will be higher or lower depending on your current investment and saving amount. Ta-da! The monthly investment amount is out based on this worksheet. Based on the data, we need to save and invest around 3,600 per month to achieve the 4 million retirement fund required. So now, you need to ask yourself whether this figure here is possible to be achieved. If not, you might possibly need to do some adjustment to your planning. Before I explain further, perhaps you need to understand a few things. The higher the inflation, the higher will be the retirement fund required. The higher the investment rate of return, the lower the retirement fund is needed. The longer the years to retirement, the lower the monthly investment amount is required. The smaller the monthly expenses amount, the lower the monthly investment amount. After understanding this, perhaps now you know what you need to do. If the monthly investment amount looks very big to you, you can choose to increase the investment rate of return by just investing a little bit more aggressive. When you master the skill of investment, you can actually invest at a rate more than 6%. The other alternative will be to reduce your retirement expenses. If you can spend less during retirement, you will need a smaller retirement sum. The last choice you have is to postpone your retirement to a later stage. By postponing the retirement, you will actually have more time to accumulate the amount required. This will require a lower monthly investment amount. So by now, you shall understand fully why you need to start planning for retirement early. If you start early, you have more time, and definitely the monthly investment amount required will be much more lesser than the one that start planning 10 years after. If you start late, the monthly investment amount looks too big to you. The only possible solution is either you keep working and postponing your retirement period, or you invest more aggressively, which might potentially expose you to more risk. So again, plan early is the key. As mentioned earlier in my video, more than 70% of Malaysians outlive their retirement saving. If you are watching this, definitely you won't hope that you are part of these 70% of people. Do take action strongly and you will soon be retiring well. That's all for today on the topic of how to retire well. If you like what I've shared, please click the subscribe button to my YouTube channel and also leave some comments on what topic you would like me to share more in the near future. Thank you for your time and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!